There's a fascinating contrast made by the rabbis between Purim and Yom Kippur. They're such different holidays. Purim is a rabbinic holiday. It took place in diaspora. It's not mentioned in the 5 books of Moses. Yom Kippur, holiest day of the year, mentioned in the Torah itself. And in observance, they're just so different. Purim is a day which we just seem to have a big party. We eat and we drink. Yom Kippur is a day we do none of that. We're all spiritual. We're like angels. Completely non-physical holiday. And if you know your Hebrew language, you know that the letter K is a word that means like. So Yom Kippur, the rabbis make a play on words, is a day that's like Purim, which seems to be indicating that Purim, that rabbinic holiday, is on a higher level than the holiest day of the Jewish year, Yom Kippur. But if we delve a little deeper, we begin to understand. If we look at the end of the Megillah, the story about the Purim miracle, it says at the end of that story, the Jewish people, who, by the way, Purim, the only book in the Bible where God's name isn't mentioned besides Song of Songs, but it's the story that at the end, all the Jewish people looked back and saw God's hand, no open miracles, but God's hand was everywhere. Purim is the holiday of how God works in the world from the Second Temple period onward. But that's a greater free will decision. To see God in the world when there aren't open miracles requires a lot more work. Remember what happened on Yom Kippur, the first Yom Kippur. It's interesting. First Yom Kippur was the day when Moses came down Mount Sinai, having relearned the Torah again with the second set of tablets. But think about it, at Mount Sinai, there wasn't much free will decision involved. Open miracles, the thunder, the lightning, God's presence right before us, Moses the prophet. That was really a freebie. You're going to say no to that? Absolutely not. But Yom Kippur, that's one level. Purim, different level. It says the Jewish people accepted God and the Torah after the Purim story on a higher level than Yom Kippur. Because there, they'd actually had to use their free will to see God's invisible hand in the whole story. And in the end, it was actually a bigger high, although it was not anywhere near as supernatural, or at least openly a supernatural event as Yom Kippur and the original revelation. And that's a great lesson for us. We understand that to the extent a human being uses their free will and does the work, you actually earn a much greater understanding of the world and a much higher level spiritually.